Hi, second grade, it's Miss Klapp. Hope everyone's doing well, staying safe and healthy. I miss you so much. We're going to do some math this week. We did subtraction without regrouping last week. This week we're going to move to subtraction with regrouping. So it's a little more tricky, but I know you guys can do it. So before we get started, I just want to review. You guys should be doing 30 minutes a day of iReady using the lessons we assigned, which would be in blue on the left-hand side of iReady. You should be doing those and swapping between math and reading so that you're doing an equal amount of both of those. Also, you should be watching the videos for math, reading, and writing by myself, Miss Lynn, and Miss Clothier. Every Monday and Tuesday, we post new videos, and you should watch them and try to get some of the work done completed by your Zoom meeting on Wednesday so we can go over it, answer any questions you may have, things like that. So if you have any questions, reach out to myself or your teacher, and we can help figure it out with you. Okay, so we're going to get started on some math today. We're going to skip our fact fluency because I found a cool little song you guys are going to get to hear a little bit later. But I want to start by reviewing our poems that we worked on last week. So we only worried about the top and the bottom last week, and now we're really going to focus on this middle one this week, okay? So just to review the ones from last week, it says if there's more on top, no need to stop. So like the 8 is larger than the 5. So if the big number is on the top, you don't have to do anything besides subtract down. Okay, so you would start with 8, you'd take away 5, and your answer would be 3. It gets a little more tricky when you get to the middle. So this one more on the floor. So we're saying, if you look up here, 5 is smaller than 8. There's more on the floor, bigger number at the bottom. So we have to go next door. So we go to our tens place, the number right next to it. So it depends on what place we're looking at. But for this one, our tens place, and we're going to take 1 10 away. So as you see, we took 1 away from the 5 and we made it a 4. So that we were able to bring over a 10 into our ones place so that we have more on top, and now we're able to subtract. Okay, so we took a 10 from here and moved it over. That's why we have 15 now, because we did 10, which is 10 plus 5 will give us 15. That's our 15 at the top. Then we do just regular subtraction like we would do at this top problem. We do 15 minus 8, which gives us 7. Okay, and you subtract down. We're going to get into that a lot more. I'm going to show you examples. We're going to watch a little video, a song that I think is really fun that demonstrates that as well, because it can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Then if we look at the bottom, it says numbers the same, zeros the game. So that's saying if you have the same number in the top as in the bottom, when you subtract them, it will always equal 0. So the example they gave here was 8 minus 8, which will always equal 0. Okay, so before we get started on our practice, you're going to watch a quick little video just showing you this middle part that we're going to be working on today. Just an example and to show you with our place value before we get started. Once you finish the video, we're going to go and we're going to do this all together. I have it set up, okay? So we'll watch the video and then come back to do some work.
30 hands were hanging in their chicken pen. 11 of them suddenly jumped over the fence. How many hands remain in the pen? To figure out the difference when you subtraction, I say 0 minus 1 can't be done, cause the top number's smaller than the bottom one. So we regroup a 10 into 10 ones. When the top number's smaller in subtraction, I say 0 minus 1 can't be done, cause the top number's smaller than the bottom one. So we regroup a 10 into 10 ones. When the top number's smaller in subtraction.
19 hands remain in the pad.
There are 20 bumblebees flying around me. So I yell, shoot, and to decide to leave. Now how many bumblebees are chasing me? If we regroup, we can find the difference with ease. 0 minus 2, here's what to do, cause the 0 is smaller than the 2. So we regroup a 10 into 10 ones. When the top number's smaller in subtraction, I say 0 minus 2, here's what to do, cause the 0 is smaller than the 2. So we regroup a 10 into 10 ones. When the top number's smaller in subtraction.
18 bees are still chasing me.
I hope hope you guys enjoyed our subtraction video. And it helped to show you how we're taking from the place value next door and moving 10 over so that we have a big enough number on top to be able to subtract, okay? So we're going to do some examples. We're going to start out with our ones and tens, and it'll get more challenging into our hundreds as we work our way down. For this, I also did a number line at the bottom. I made mine up to 20. I know we did 10 before because when you're doing the more on top, no need to stop without regrouping, you're only going to need to go up to 10. But because we're taking from next door, we can have numbers go as high as 19 in that part. So I did my number line up to 20. So if you're using a number line, just make sure you have it up to 20 for when you're doing with regrouping for your subtraction, okay? So we're going to start up here. So I already drew it for you for this part, but when you do it, you'll draw it. You always draw your top number. So I drew 14. 14 has 1 10 and 4 ones. I also drew your tens and ones up here, just so you're making sure that you're putting it in the right spot on your place value chart. Okay, you don't have to do this part, but I think it makes it a little easier. So according to our poem, if I look up here, more on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. Because if we look here, 6 is on the floor, 6 is larger than our top number, which we can't subtract when it's that way because we always start at the top and work our way down. So what I have to do is I have to go next door and take one from him, so I'll show you on the picture. I took one from him and I'm moving it over. So 110 equals 10 ones, so I have to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So what that would look like here is this becomes a 14 because I took one away from here. Now we can see there's nothing left over in our tens place, okay? Now I have to subtract because now my bigger number 14 is on top, so I'm able to subtract my smaller number 6. So start at 14, take away 6. So I'm going to show you on our picture. All you have to do is get a marker, crayon, and you're just going to cross off 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you have to count and see how many you have not crossed off that you have left over. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'll write my 8 here and my 8 here. 14 minus 6 gives us 8. There's nothing over here because we took one away, so this is blank. You can put a 0 if you'd like to fill it just so you can see the place value, but you don't have to. We're going to move on to this problem. So we're going to look, I already drew it for you. You always draw your big number, the top number, 57. So tens, there's 5 of them, which I drew, and there's 7 ones, which I already drew. Now you're subtracting 29. So first, I have to start my ones place because like we said, for addition and subtraction, you always start in your ones place and then work your way to the left. So I have to look. I have more on the floor because 9 is bigger than 7. More on the floor, so I have to go next door and get 10 more. So what that looks like is I go next door to him, so I take one from him, which I just did, and I'm going to move it over to my tens place. So I have to draw 10 circles over here because I took a 10 right here, and I'm moving it over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so what that looks like, my 7 becomes a 17 because I just added 10 to that number. Now I have more on the top, so no need to stop. Okay, so 17 minus 9, you can do it in your head if you know it. If not, use your number line down here or use your picture. So I'm going to use the picture since I have it right here. So I have 17 circles right now. I have to take 9 away or cross off 9 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Crossed off 9, I have to see how many I have left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? If you want to double check it, start at 17, hop back 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Landed on my 8, got the same, just to check. Okay? Now, I'm going over here. I have to take away my 2 tens. I haven't done that yet. So, from over here, 1, 2. See how many I have left. 4 minus 2 gives me 2. And double check it, I have 1, 2 over here. 28 is my answer. If you want to check your answer, this is an extra step, but it's just to confirm that you got the right answer. You would add your 2 small numbers to equal your big numbers. So you'd write 29 plus 28 and see if that gives us 57. Okay, so 9 plus 8 gives me 17, carry my 1. 3 plus 2 gives me 5. So these numbers equal, so I got it right. Just a little check that you can do if you're not sure if you got the right answer, because subtraction with regrouping can be a little tricky sometimes. There's a lot of steps to it. Now we're going to go over here. So I'm going to start in my ones place. I labeled them ones, tens, and hundreds. Start in my ones place. I have 9, taking nothing away. More on top, no need to stop. So I can just subtract. I'm taking nothing from it, so I still have 9. Remember, any number minus 0 stays the same, okay? Now I'm going to look over here. 2 is smaller than 4. So I have more on the floor. I have to go next door and take 10 more. So remember, you always go to the left when you're going to borrow. So I'm going to go next door, take 1 from the 100. So now he's a 2, and move it over, okay? If you're not sure how I did that, look over here. I'll show you. So I took 1 from my hundreds. Okay, and I'm moving it over. So 10 tens equals 100. I took 100, so I have to move the 10 tens over to the tens place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm able to subtract because I have more on top. No need to stop. 12, take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how many we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, if you want to double check it, remember, use your number line. You start at your big number 12. We're going to go back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We landed on 8. Okay, either way works. Now we're going to move over here. So, remember, start in your ones place always and see if the number on top is larger. So there's more on top, no need to stop. I can just take 1 away because 7 is larger than 1. So I can just take 1. Okay. 7 minus 1, start here, jump back 1. 7 minus 1 gives us 6. If you want to check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we're moving over to our tens place. There's nothing here. It's a 0. So there's more on the floor. We're going to have to go next door, go to our hundreds place. You always go to the left, okay? So we're going to take 1 from our hundreds place, which we're going to do. We're going to move it over, so there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because remember, 10 tens gives me 100. Move it over here. 10 plus 0 is 10. Now we can subtract because we have more on top. No need to stop. So 10 minus 1. Start at 10, hop back 1 gives you 9, or you can take 1 away and count them up. Either way, you get the answer of 9. Now we have more on top, no need to stop. So I start at 4, and I'm going to take 3 away. You can use your fingers. Start at 4, go 1, 2, 3, see how many you have left. Or start here, start at 4, and go 1, 2, 3, or use your dots. Whichever way works. 1, 2, 3, so I have 1 left. So 507 minus 311 gives me 196, okay? So we have 2 more, and then you guys are going to actually try some on your own at home, and you can send them to your teachers to check. So more on top, no need to stop, because remember, 1 is larger than 0. So all I have to do, take nothing away. So 1, take away nothing, stays the same, stays 1. Now I'm in my tens place. You always start at the top. 4 is smaller, so I have more on the floor. I have to go next door and take 10 more, okay? So I go over to my hundreds, take 1 of the tens. So I took 1 from him, okay? Moved it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I added 10 to the 4 I already had. I got 14. Now I have more on top, so I can subtract, okay? So I'm going to go take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, okay? Same thing. You could start at 14 and hop back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What number did I land on? I landed on 9. So, okay, now we're in this place. More on top, no need to stop. 7 is larger than 2. So I start with 7, I'm going to take 2 away. 1, 2. Count up how many circles you have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also use your fingers. Start with 7, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, did that backwards. Start with 7 and take away 2. 1, 2, we get 5. Okay, I did mine backwards. 841 minus 250 gives me 591. Okay, and our very last problem before you guys get to try some. 730 minus 621. So, start in your ones place. 0 is smaller than 1, so I have more on the floor. I have to go next door and take 10 more. So, I'm going to take one from him. So, take one from my tens place, and I'm going to move it over to my ones place so I have something to subtract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, I took a 10 over, so now I have 10 in my ones place. Now my larger number is on top, so I'm able to just subtract down. So 10 minus 1, if I take 1 away, I have 9 left over. If you're not sure, start at 10, jump back 1. Okay. Now we're in our tens place. 2 minus 2, so I'm going to take away 2. 2 minus 2, remember, number's the same, 0 is the game. So 2 is the same at the top and bottom in our tens place. So our answer is going to be 0. And now I have 7 minus 6. My number's larger on top, so no need to stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 1 left over. 109. So on the next slide, you're going to see the problems that you guys are going to try at home, okay? For your independent work at home, there are 6 problems for you to try. This is subtraction with regrouping. You can use either a hundreds chart if you created one at the beginning or want to create a new one. You can use a number line like I had, but remember to make it 1 to 19 or to 20 if you want to do 20, just because when you're regrouping, you can have numbers larger than 10. Also, you can use manipulatives, such as things around the house that you have several of, like cereal or beads or something that you would have a lot of that you want to use to take away. So whatever works best for you to solve these, you're going to show your work. So write it down on a paper that you have. It can be the back of a paper you used last week, anything you have lying around. And then take a picture, have your parents take a picture, and they can send it to me on class tag or email it to your teachers or post it here on YouTube to show your work. Your first problem is 21 minus 18. Number 2, 72 minus 44. Number 3, 182 minus 47. And for this one, be sure you line them up correctly. So make sure the 2 and the 7 are lined up and the 8 and the 4. For number 4, 309 minus 152. Number 5 is 847 minus 350. And number 6 is 491 minus 234. So once you complete those, send them to your teacher so we can check them and also have them ready for your meeting on Wednesday for Zoom.